first trailer for 2026's Supergirl has just dropped, and boy are there some juicy details. What is up, my fellow cinephiles and movie geeks alike? My name is Chris. Today we are breaking down the trailer for Supergirl starring Millie Alcock. This movie is based on the comic book Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, drawing a lot of inspiration from the source material. And in this video, I will discuss which scenes in the trailer relate to particular story elements from the comic book. So if you don't want any potential spoilers, this may not be the video for you. Anyway, with that warning out of the way, let's get right into it.
You managed to get most of it on the paper this time. Good job, buddy.
This trailer starts off focusing on Krypto, who knocks over the needle on a record player. This in turn starts playing the song Call Me by Blondie. The record player itself actually looks like it has some alien writing on it, despite the technology clearly originating from Earth. The setting in which this takes place appears to be a ship that Kara and Krypto call home. There is a Daily Planet newspaper on the ground with Superman saving a nuclear reactor on the front page. In the corner of the front page is also a story on Supergirl, who rescues a cat. This, of course, being a typical trope in superhero movies. Krypto actually pees on Superman's image, showing that he clearly still holds a grudge after he was kidnapped under Superman's watch. Kara, who wakes up with a hangover, congratulates Krypto for mostly peeing on the newspaper, showing that she is a bit impulsive and careless at times, which we of course saw in the epilogue of Superman.
I, Kara Zor-El, hereby declare that 23 will be the best year yet. Let's be honest, babe, it's not a very high bar to clear.
Kara waits at what looks like to be a bus stop, but for spaceships. When one arrives, she boards it, going off to some planet to presumably get drunk. The design of this ship actually looks a little bit like the one in the Woman of Tomorrow comic book, in the way that it is shaped like a tube with no wings. In a bar, Kara steals someone's drink and toasts to her 23rd birthday, which is a bit of a change from the comic where she turned 21 at the start of the series. This bar looks visually inspired from the one seen in issue 2 of the comic, but contextually it feels like this scene would fit more into issue 1, where Kara first meets Ruthie. Ruthie being a girl from outer space that goes on a quest for vengeance after her father is killed by a villain known as Krem of the Yellow Hills.
I didn't know any of you were still alive. What was it like to lose everything in a day?
Krypton didn't die in a day. The gods are not that kind. Okay, this does not look like this is gonna end well. For you guys.
We see Krypton, and more specifically what is undoubtedly Argo City, which is getting covered in a dome. From the way buildings outside this dome are crumbling, it seems like this may be during Krypton's destruction, and the moment where Argo City is saved by Zor-El, Kara's father. Ruthie asks what it's like to lose everything in a single day, but Kara says that the gods are not kind enough to let it all die in a day, indicating that Argo definitely did go on to survive for longer, but something happened there that caused all its inhabitants to die. Based on the comic book series, I think that this may be kryptonite poisoning. In the comic, as Argo City floated nearer a yellow sun, the ground began emitting radiation, poisoning its people. Specifically, Kara's mother, Allura Nz, dies due to this, which is what I believe the next shot to be depicting, her mother's funeral. In another shot, Kara is screaming in the vacuum of space, which I believe to be inspired by issue 4 of the comic, where she does this same thing, after seeing the massacre Krem of the Yellow Hills caused, who once again will be the villain of this movie. This actually pairs well with a later shot where Kara flies up and away from the surface of a planet. Kara and Ruthie are held at gunpoint in a bar, which could contextually be from issue 2 of the series, where the brother of one of Superman's enemies threatens Kara, which of course does not end well for him. In this scene, it looks like there are a group of people though, who will still undoubtedly get their asses kicked.
Do others on your planet have powers like you?
No, it's a pretty small group of 2.
What's Superman like?
He sees the good in everyone. And I see the truth.
We get a look at Krem, played by Matthias Skonitz. Sorry if I butchered that name, by the way. We get a few shots in quick succession of Ruthie and Supergirl together, which I can't really draw any new conclusions from. We do, however, get a look at Ruthie's sword, which in the comics she got from her father's body after he was killed by Krem, which kick-started this whole adventure her and Kara embark on. Kara explains that only 2 people survive from Krypton and have her powers, clearly meaning herself and her cousin Kal-El, aka Superman, aka Clark Kent. There is a shot of Krypto in pain and Kara crying over his body. Don't worry, I think he does not die here. But in the comic, he is shot with an arrow and poisoned by Krem, while they are under a red sun. We get a quick shot of Jason Momoa's Lobo. Can't really draw anything from this apart from the fact that he looks absolutely perfect in the role. Kara says while Superman sees good in everyone, she sees the truth. This is similar to the conversation Lois and Clark had in Superman.
My point is I question everything and everyone. You trust everyone and think everyone you've ever met is, like, beautiful.
Maybe that's the real punk rock.
We get a good look at Kara's full outfit, which is inspired from a few different sources, from what I can tell. Clearly, it looks fairly similar to Superman's in the 2025 film, which itself was inspired by several comic references, such as the shape of the emblem from Kingdom Come. Specifically, the Woman of Tomorrow comic inspires the rest of Kara's suit, where she has a similar belt around her waist and a long boots. Kara swings a wire of some kind, knocking back a bunch of adversaries, and that is where this trailer ends. From the trailer, we get a glimpse at the vibe of the movie, specifically that of Kara's behaviour. It looks like they would switch locations a few times between planets with red suns, where she can get drunk, and then planets with yellow suns, where she is powered up. In the comic, there is a planet with a kryptonite sun that they visit, but I won't spoil anything more about this one in case it does show up in the movie. Most of the scenes from this trailer make sense to be from the earlier half of the movie and from flashbacks into Kara's past. In July of 2027, we are getting a sequel to Superman titled Man of Tomorrow, where Brainiac is reported to be the villain. Being of intergalactic origin, it would be interesting to see Brainiac in this movie as a force acting in the background or as a surprise post-credit scene of some kind. Either way, this movie looks like a lot of fun in a similar way that Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy films were. If you want to read the comic book for yourself that this movie is based on, head on over to your local comic book store and pick it up. Once again, be warned as it may spoil some plot details of the movie. Anyway, that is it for this video. I hope you did enjoy and find it informative. If you did, please consider leaving a like and subscribing for more content like this. But until next time, this has been Chris, and I'll be seeing ya.